Hi both. How are
Hi,
you?
Josh. Good. How
Good,
are
how are
you?
you?
Yeah, great, thank you. And such a pleasure to be able to speak to you today about the show. I loved it and really particularly enjoyed, obviously, I think like a lot of people like the dynamic between your characters. So I wanted to start off by asking, now you get to look back at these 6 episodes, why do you think they both end up staying loyal to Slough House throughout? And do you think it is this budding romance that maybe is the cause of that?
I mean, I do think that they stay loyal to Slough House with the hope that they may be going back to MI5. I think that's what they're all hoping for in their own way. And I don't think any of the slow horses really believe that the reason why they were relegated to Slough House was a good enough reason. Um, so, but I also, yeah, maybe their relationship.
Yeah, it probably keeps them a bit more interested in those grim four walls that they have to sort of reside in. Although noticing your very bright back wall, that's incredible. It's incredible wall. Is that wallpaper? Or is that did you paint that yourself?
My wife gets credit for that. That's paint.
That's
So yeah,
amazing.
she did that
That's
herself.
amazing.
Yeah. Ah, be
I
sure to
wondered if what. That's incredible. I did wonder at the beginning, reading it and stuff, whether Min had just sort of resigned himself to earning money to
Yeah.
support his sort of alimony and stuff like that. But I do think there's always that hope that, like you say, it's not a good enough reason to be
I mean,
here.
to be honest,
This is unfair, and there's always that chance of redemption.
I basically shouldn't have answered for men like Louisa does in the
I
show.
mean, that's typical of our
That's typical of
relationship.
our relationship. She just takes it right out from me.
Also, I
doesn't
hope you didn't
she?
think that was passive aggressive
It
of me to
was. It
try
was
and
massively
step in.
passive
Was
aggressive.
it?
Yeah,
Oh God, I hope it didn't come across that way.
it did.
Actually, I did think as Min talking for myself.
Yeah.
But no, I think that was. I'm glad you answered it first. It was a very good answer.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
For sure, and I think it goes without saying, like everyone in the cast, Gary Oldman is really on top form here. And I'm curious for both of you,
Yeah.
what are some of your favorite memories working with him, and particularly for you, Dustin, obviously, because you're really getting berated by him a lot in the show, it feels like.
It was fun to get berated by anyone. If it's going to be anyone, I don't mind it being Gary Oldman. Funny enough, like when we first all sat down for the read through, I remember we hadn't really spoken, and I was a bit nervous, especially because he was there. And I remember I just watched him, and he just picked up the stack of scripts,
Mm.
and he sort of did it to himself, and he just sort of went in the read through. Everyone's a bit nervous, everyone's getting to know each other, and I just remember him picked up all 6 episodes and a big wad of scripts, and he just sort of went. He sort of gave them a good, like, feeling the weight of them, and he just dropped them on the floor, and he went, "Yeah, it's going to be a good show, this. It's going to be a good show." And I just thought I thought he's fun.
Yeah. He is a lot of fun to be around. Um, he's quite childlike in the best
Yeah.
possible way, and which is why he's a great actor, because he's always playing. He's silly. He certainly doesn't behave as Gary Oldman. You feel very comfortable around him. Yeah, it was lots of fun working with him, wasn't it?
Yeah, everyone was good. Was a good laugh, really. It was a good ensemble. It was nice. And then the icing on the cake was you.
Oh yeah, you too, babes.
Oh, that's awesome. And Rosalind, we don't necessarily get the full story behind what brings Louisa to Slough House in this first season. So are you hoping that the show follows the book in that respect, or do you think there's maybe a little bit more story to tell there?
I know that I believe it's going to be revealed in a later season what happens, but certainly in season 2, we see a huge development in Louisa and Min and Louisa's relationship. We've seen bits of it, and it's looking pretty good. I think we're pretty excited about season 2 coming out. But their relationship develops drastically, and obviously can't say what happens, but there are certain things, people that haven't read the book, that are pretty catastrophic.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
That's fair to say.
Yeah.
That sort of, initiates Louisa onto her own mission. Yeah.
Awesome. I can't wait for that. And Dustin, I think you get one of probably the most awkward fight scenes in spy series history, going down those stairs and everything that happens in the aftermath. So what was it like for you to be part of shooting that, and particularly the aftermath? Because again, I think Gary Oldman's character comes in and you get a real berating again from Jackson Lamb.
It was the best, that scene in particular was the best sort of example of the show for me as well, in that you've got these moments of like proper action, exciting, like edge of your seat. Yeah, well, action. Can't think of another word for action. But but like you say, it's undercut with this just like eye rolling. What have you done? Like, I didn't mean to do it. Like it's
That was
all
like the best line ever.
yeah, it's just funny.
Didn't mean to
Like
kill him.
didn't mean to kill him. Well, I know, and he said, "I know you didn't. If you had, he would still be alive." And that's just the perfect balance of the show for me. And so to do it is exciting. Us creeping around the sort of the office. So this scene is we've been to the pub and then we kind of tiptoe back to the office to see if anyone's broken it. Well, not initially, but someone's broken in, haven't they? And it's just exciting walking around.
I got concussion. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Why do you think I should have done that?
I don't think so.
Got a bit of concussion in one of the fight scenes.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we
Look at you.
worried for you. Worried for you.
Why? What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Okay, fine.
But yeah, and I do all my own stunts. Yes, if that's what you're asking, I do all my famously. I insist on it. It's always disappointing when you kind of want to do more, and then they're like, right, no, get the guys in. You're like, oh, I can do it, and they're like, no, you can't. And then you see
You did do it well, though. To be fair, because you actually didn't you? You did do that your own stunt at the beginning.
yeah, I went pretty far. Yeah, but I didn't do the whole bit.
No, you didn't break your. You know, you didn't.
No, I didn't.
You didn't fall down the
I
stairs.
didn't fall down the stairs. But
No.
and then you watch it back of what they can do. These guys, they can just fling themselves down the stairs just like that, and they just get
Well.
up. Yeah, fine.
Well.
Yeah.
Well.
Again, don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic. Talking of action, of course, that finale, there's plenty of action in the final episode, and
Well, that
you
was
both
so
get
much
to be
fun.
involved in that awesome sequence at the end. The helicopter's overhead, it gets very tense, very dramatic. So what was it that like for both of you getting to shoot that?
Well, that final. Am I allowed to say this, or
Yeah.
is this a problem?
Yeah. no.
Okay, so that particular scene, the helicopters were creating obviously the wind, and actually part of the set lifted off the ground, and started.
It's like the play that went wrong.
Yeah, and it started to roll towards us, and we were all like, "Oh my god, shit!"
trying to do our best serious acting.
Yeah,
Best dramatic acting, and then there's
With the wall
the props
coming.
are falling down. It was like Spinal Tap.
but that was a really fun. We had to do a lot of running in that scene. We were pretty out of breath,
But
weren't
when
we?
we're running and like the helicopter's like coming overhead, and like we're trying to get there before the helicopter, and yeah,
The timing of that
that's like
has to
stuff
be
you-
so precise, because the helicopter's going round, and then action, and the time that Jack River has to arrive and we have to arrive all has to be perfectly succinct.
And then again, it's that same thing of like all dramatic, all intense, and then it's undercut with just a finger up and a kind of like oh, piss off, and it's just sort of like just good fun. It was
Yeah.
such fun to do, and it was a very exciting, a great week. That was a highlight, wasn't it?
That day.
That whole
Yeah, that was
sequence.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you both got to be involved in that, because of course it looks for a moment when Jackson just goes bombing past you in the car and he goes behind. That must have been fun to actually see the script and think, oh, we are actually going to get in on this action-packed sort of finale.
Yeah, just by the skin of our teeth. And actually not only because he has to go back past us, right?
What do you mean? No, he doesn't, does he?
He has to go, he spins it round and goes back to get to, and so we are, because he's already gone past us, we're not going to be involved.
Oh, yeah.
And then he spins back round, he does like a Yui.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
goes back.
Yeah.
And we're there, so he's like, all right, get in, and it's, get along for the ride.
No, I thought it was a great surprise as well. Very rare these days. Obviously, in the finale, we get a trailer for season 2, and no one actually knew a season 2 was coming, I don't think, until that episode rolled around. So what was it like for you to obviously have to keep that sort of level of secrecy and not let on that you had actually completed 12 episodes and not just the 6 we thought we were getting initially?
It's pretty fun.
It's nice to have a few secrets.
It's nice to have a
After
few
all,
secrets.
we are agents. We're good at keeping secrets.
But I think we're just really excited for season 2. I mean, particularly for us, I think, with Min
'cause
and Louisa,
it does sort of develop.
it develops in in a certain way. We can't give too many adjectives because otherwise it will give it away for people that haven't read it. But
we're in it more. we feature more.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Are you hopeful
No,
that
it's
there
just-
might be a season 3 and that this could be a show that you're both part of? Maybe for
I thought you were going to say you're hopeful that there'll be a spin-off, a Min and Louisa
Hey, you
spin-off.
never know.
Yeah, I'm always hopeful for that.
I don't know. I have a pretty good sense that there probably will be a season 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good sense.
Oh, well, fingers crossed. Well,
We'll find out.
Rosalind, Dustin, it's so great to speak to you both. I thought you were both terrific
Thank
in the
you.
show, and it's such a great
Oh,
series.
Thank you.
Hope people check it out if they haven't already, and look forward to seeing you in season 2 and beyond.
All
Thank you
right,
so
then.
much.
Take care. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks so much.